Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to London. Welcome to Founders Council Live. And I'm delighted to be joined in the studio this afternoon by Mr. John Parker, our Chief Sales Officer. Welcome, John. Great to have you in the studio.
Great to be with you.
Having a good time on Founders Council so far?
Having a great time. Great to be in London. Excited to have all the leaders together. It's a great event.
Yeah, and the business meeting yesterday, which I saw, was just a spectacular event.
It was terrific. It's great to have an opportunity and come together and celebrate our new achievers, welcome new members to Founders Council, and celebrate those folks that have moved up. And we also talk about business and great messages from Steve and Doug. It was terrific.
It was a great event, and you could just sense the partnership in the room.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. So Founders Council brings together the top leaders from around the Amway world, and also, of course, the top executives. Well, what are you aiming to get out of this week in terms of moving forward?
It's really about partnership. You said it before, Andy. It's a chance for us to come together, and while it is an incentive trip, there's a lot of work that gets done at Founders Council too. We come together with the spirit of wanting to move the business forward, identifying those things that are going well that we want to do more of, talking to the leaders about that, and identifying those things that might be holding us back, and together developing solutions for those things.
Yeah, that's great. And you've been on many, many events in over 20 years in the business,
23.
Tom? 23, wow.
Yeah.
2 years to your silver anniversary,
That's right, I'll be expecting a nice gift from you.
It's on the way. So you've been to all the different events around the world. What makes Founders Council special, would you say, to those ABOs who might be thinking, one day I want to get that and join that elite group of ABOs?
Yeah, Founders Council is like the Global Hall of Fame. Right. It's an opportunity for the top leaders from around the world to get together in a unique way, because there isn't any other forum like this. This is the one chance that they get to come together to talk about the business from a global perspective, have a chance to interact with all management from around the world, and it's unique. And really, this is Doug and Steve's meeting. And to have them host an event like this, and they spend so much quality time with the leaders, it makes a huge difference. And I know the leaders appreciate that on a personal level. It also, though, really gives them a chance to have dialogue with Steve and Doug about the business and about how to move things forward.
Yeah. And what does it mean to be a Founders Council member? I mean, there are so few around the world. I mean, what do you think it means to them to join you for this week?
Sure, I think for them, in a way, is the ultimate recognition, right? It is a demonstration of the success and commitment they've had to help so many other people succeed. There's transitions in the Amway business. You start off by building your business, building personal volume, having customers that you're servicing and beginning to get a group going. And then over time you build a group. And the ultimate pinnacle, I think, in Amway is how many other people have you helped succeed in a business of their own. And those Founders Council members are the ones who have done that the best, and all over the world. And so as we think about helping people live better lives, and specifically through the business opportunity, these FCs, these Founders Council qualifiers, have had a major impact on the lives of thousands of people all over the world. And so,
probably millions over the years.
Millions, for sure. And they don't just represent themselves. In fact, they're here representing the rest of their organization. So it's a great opportunity for us to work with them, to celebrate them, and to talk about the future.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about Amway Next, shall we? Our mission to double the number of platinums over the next 10 years. I know the partnership between the company and our ABOs is a key element, isn't it, of that mission, if you like.
It is.
Can you talk a little bit about what ABO Partnership means to you?
Definitely. We talk about partnership as a value, and it is. Partnership is also a growth strategy. If at the company we better understand the needs that ABOs have, and if we begin our thought process with ABO's success in mind, everything we do is going to be better. And likewise, if ABOs understand where the company's at in certain areas, I think it makes them better able to be successful. And really, it's us working together. The idea of the company trying to push ABOs in a certain direction, or ABOs trying to push the company in a certain direction. At this level at Founders Council, we're really working together.
Yeah.
We're really thinking about the good of the whole business and how we can help more people that are getting into Amway be successful.
Yeah. Can you think of any examples where that partnership has kind of come to life? I know you travel around the world, John, and see many different leaders from many different markets. Anything come to mind where you think, wow, that's living partnership, if you like?
Yeah, a couple recent examples come to mind. Last week I was in Malaysia, and Amway Malaysia just celebrated their 40th anniversary. Wow. And Amway Malaysia, many of us would say, is perhaps Amway's most successful market. Over 40 years, they've grown 37 of those 40 years. Wow. And the partnership between the company in Malaysia and the leadership there is just amazing. And so we had an ADAC meeting there, Distributor Advisory Committee, with their top leaders. And the chairman of their ADAC, a gentleman named Koo, who is a Founders Council member and with us here this week, he got up and presented the top 5 issues that they're focused on. Right. And it was the exact 5 issues that we were preparing to discuss here at Founders Council. Wow. And I said to him, Koo, do you have a listening device in our conference rooms back in Ada? I mean, this is amazing, but it just shows we're really on the same page. And another example, about a month ago, I was in India for what I thought was their management conference. Right. So a meeting where they bring together the top managers from Amway India, and India's a big country, and they have them all into a central location for this. And right as I was walking into that meeting room, Anshu, who's the managing director of Amway India, said to me, oh, by the way, our ADAC members are in this meeting as well, which to me was exactly where we need to go.
Working together.
Yes.
Thinking about the future rather than just celebrating.
Exactly. Oh. So I think, over time, we've seen markets like Malaysia demonstrate that partnership results in a growing business and more people succeeding. And in a country like India, where we've had our challenges, the solution becomes partnership. Right. It becomes working with our leaders more closely and better. And I think the team at Amway India, both the ABO leaders and the company staff recognize that. And it's definitely a formula for success.
Yeah, wow, great example. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Do you see a link between the partnership in a market and the results? Is there a correlation, or is it more?
Absolutely.
Is it a softer kind of thing going on, or?
We used to think it was a softer thing, but we now have data that proves it's a major driver of growth. In fact, our forecasting group, which is the group in Ada that determines sort of how much we'll manufacture or how much impact a particular initiative might have on the business. The first question that they ask when they hear about a new initiative in a market is, what do your leaders think about it? Right. And if the answer is, well, they're not real excited about it, but we think they'll get there, then the forecasting department gives a pretty low forecast. Wow. But if the answer is, they're excited about this, they're embracing this is something they really want, then the forecast goes way up. So we know it's not a nice to have, it's a must have. Okay.
Really, really interesting for everybody listening in. I'm sure that's a really interesting part of Amway Next and
Absolutely.
Moving to our new platinum levels as we go through.
For sure. I think as we think about the future and success in the business, Amway Next, as you know, is all about doubling the number of people that are succeeding in the business. Yeah. And we're measuring that through platinums as a primary measure, but it's people succeeding at all levels. It's doubling the number of emeralds and diamonds and Founders Council members too. And Amway Next is centered around partnership. Right. And all the other things that we do as a part of investing in the business and supporting ABOs, if that's done the right way, the right how of partnership, it'll make that much more of an accelerator on growing the business. Okay. It's
partnership with a purpose, right?
Absolutely.
Not just for the sake of it?
Yes.
For the real purpose of growing together.
Definitely. And I think that's where we have to start, right? We have to start with the end in mind, and what does success look like for the business? Yeah. And what we've collectively said is it's about more people succeeding in Amway. Yeah. It's not about company sales or company profits or that sort of thing. Let's focus on how many people succeed in their Amway business.
Right.
And we know that company sales and all the other stuff will follow.
Yeah, because it's a very different kind of goal, right?
It is.
Is this the first time we've ever really focused on the number of ABOs?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
so it's a different approach altogether.
It is, for sure. And you know, if it were just a part of a speech or a soundbite, it wouldn't be meaningful.
Yeah.
But it truly is the center of our strategy.
Fantastic. It's really, really exciting times.
Yeah, it is.
So in 10 years' time, when we're back in London, please come back.
We'd love to. We'd love to.
We've loved hosting this.
It's great to be here.
We'll be there. We'll be, is it 50,000 platinums around the world now?
Yeah.
Is it up to 100,000 is the goal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So
and we can get there.
We will.
We can do this.
For
We
sure.
will do this.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Let's wrap up just by thinking about the future. We've just been talking about that. Why are you so optimistic about the Amway business going forward? Because looking at the council founders members this week, so excited and optimistic about the future, even if they've been in the business 45 years, some of them, and so on. What gives you that hope and optimism for the future of Amway?
I think there's two things that make me so excited about the future. The first are sort of external trends.
Right.
And really all of that is around entrepreneurship.
Right.
And we know that entrepreneurship is a part of the growth engine that's needed in every economy around the world. And we know it's part of the solution to help people achieve what they want to achieve individually and in the context of their countries and their families and their successes. And so we know that entrepreneurship works everywhere. When Rich and Jay started Amway, they didn't know that. Back in the old days, when it sounded crazy when Rich talked about someday when Amway's in Russia or someday when Amway's in China. And today, Russia and China are two of our biggest, most successful markets. And we've proven that entrepreneurship works in every culture and every economy. And the second really comes out of what we talked about before. I am so optimistic because of the partnership that we share and the fact that we share a common set of values and we're able to work together to solve problems and to grow the business. At the end of the day, this whole business is built around people and it's a personal thing. We're a big company with lots of sales and lots of patents and manufacturing facilities, but it's a business about relationships and people. We have the best people we could have.
Sure.
The leaders, the founder council members, the staff, it's a terrific team to be a part of. And I think the confidence that we have and the belief that we have in people and entrepreneurship is a formula that's going to succeed.
Yeah. And many thousands of people to join the business in the years to come. That's the most exciting thing, I guess.
It sure is.
Moving forward.
It sure is.
Offering the opportunity to so many people around the world.
Definitely.
Well, our Founders Council are leading the way.
They are.
We have our role models, we have our people we can follow
we do.
over the coming years.
Yep, with the leadership of Steve and Doug and the team around the world, the Founders Council members and leaders around the world, I think we're in good shape.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for
On
sure.
that note, John, perfect note to finish. Thank you
Great.
so much for joining
Thank
us
you,
here in
Andy.
the studio.
Great to be
Enjoy
with
the
you.
rest of your time in London.
We will.
And for now, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon on Founders Council Live. Have a great afternoon, morning or evening, depending on where you are in the world. See you soon.